Good evening. I hope everyone is well. I'm just going to go ahead and jump in bluntly and say we have Star Wars news coming out the yin-yang. Orifices are oozing Lucasfilm news. And there's a little bit of Marvel news. Actually, good Marvel news. In my opinion, anyway. And we'll talk about that as well. However, before we get into that, as we do how we do here in the basement, grab yourself a little something to sip on. Light yourself a little something to smoke on. Sit back. Relax. And enjoy your weekly reward, known as the Saturday Night Chill. Hello there. How is everybody? Thank you for coming in tonight. Welcome to the basement. Hope you all had a good week. Welcome to the Saturday Night Chill. I hope you are ready for a rather reasonably large pile of some nerdy news this week. I am frankly amazed and kind of overjoyed, actually. Because at the beginning of the week, it looked like it was going to be a long week of nothing, and I was actually going to have to get creative. And that's generally not good. Anyway. So yeah, we got a lot to talk about tonight. But of course, how y'all doing? How was your week? How was your Saturday? Alan's up in here. Brooks up in here. David B's up in here. Welcome, gentlemen. David still has his cough. That sucks balls. My week has been long and tough. My brother-in-law's mother, it was Sunday, right? Yeah, my brother-in-law's mother passed on Sunday. And the funeral was yesterday. And just a few days before that, my mother and father-in-law's 18-year-old cat passed. Like, they had him from kittenhood. So they basically raised a 4-footed kid because, you know, baby to adult is 18 fucking years. So that was literally like losing, like, you know, a kid for them and a sibling for my wife and her sister. So, yeah. 2024 starting off fucking on fire. But, setting all that to the side, works aight, and we got all this fucking news to talk about, and even more fun, to attempt to guess what the fuck Lucasfilm's going to do with the stuff that we know slash is rumored slash is speculated to be going on. Wow, I almost just said speculum, and now I just did. One half of the famous spoons and brush combo that women hate, justifiably. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Brooke. You're going to finish the rest of the Plagueis audiobook tonight? Dude, is that book not fucking fire, and does that not need to be a movie, like, you know, years ago? Thank you, David. Like, we need... It doesn't have to be live action. It could be anime. I don't care. We need, like, Plagueis... Oh, Rob's sneaking in, that fucker. Yeah, we need Plagueis... God damn it. We need Plagueis on a screen. Like what we're all looking at now. Whether it be a phone screen, computer monitor, which is what I'm looking at. Could be watching me on a TV, although that'd be... Actually, that'd be fucking cool if you're doing that. By the way, did you guys hit like? Could you please hit like? And if you're watching this on the replay, could you also hit like and, you know, make a comment about, you know, stuff when we actually start talking about that here fairly soon? Yeah? Oh yeah, we got Echo to talk about too. Yeah, we can definitely talk about some Echo. That was a surprise. A pleasant surprise, mind you. So yeah, we can definitely get into the Echo show for Sheezy. Brooks, loving the Plagueis novel. A lot of intrigue and details. Yeah. Oh, dude, I've read the Plagueis novel at least 3 times, possibly 4 or 5. I'm not 100%. I don't own if I like bought a book myself, not necessarily if it was gifted to me, but if I bought it myself, like if I spent money on it, it's a book I'm going to reread a lot. And so far, I have reread all my Star Wars novels that I have, which is nowhere near as many as I need / want. A lot. Along with all the other series of books I have and the Stanleys. How you doing? How was your week? How was your day? How's shit? Hope you're doing well, sir. Did you hit like? David enjoyed Echo, but glad they cut it down to 5 episodes. Kept it running at a good rate rather than dragging it out. Yes. I agree. I find that observation to be agreeable. Damn it, I thought I had that pulled out of the way. How embarrassing. I got my string dangling out in public. I'm glad I'm behind this equipment so my wife can't throw stuff at me right now. Yeah, true, you do have good aim. Ah, good. I'm not going to go into it. It's just been a rough week and a half or so. It is not shit I choose to dwell on at this point in time. Because this is supposed to be like our weekly escape up in this bitch. Because it's Saturday night. Most of us are pretty obligation free on Sundays, so we can sit back and relax and kill a few brain cells and talk about nerdy shit. Or whatever else comes up. For the most part. You know, now that I think about it, I think we will start with Echo because it will actually lead into the little bit of news that came out today from Marvel. It'll segue into that quite nicely. By the way, I do have a new little addition to my setup here. That's all I'm going to say. Other than it's noticeable. No more hints. So yeah, Echo. You all will recall that I have not been... I did not have a lot of confidence about that show going into it. I would not say I was nowhere near as far down the hate line as Josh. I don't know if you guys recall, he's mentioned it a couple times now that he was ready to hate the shit out of that show. He had his computer pulled up and he had a drink and just he was ready to get toxic as fuck, he says. And then he's like, holy shit, I ended up enjoying it. And that part I am 100% on board with. Holy shit, I ended up enjoying it. That was a pleasant surprise. And it wasn't even that little bit of Daredevil we got at the beginning that did it for me. Although, don't get me wrong. Any little bit of Daredevil is fucking awesome. But, your friend took a coat hanger for you, David? What a good friend. Yeah, that was a pretty cool stream when he went back through those MCU film trailers, wasn't it, Brooke? That was actually a pretty cool thing to do. See, that's coming up with shit like that, that's my big weakness. If I'm being honest. But, yeah, Echo was a very pleasant surprise. Like, I thought, what's her actual name? Alaqua Cox did a really damn good job, especially since, like, they didn't have to do any special effects to get her to be like Echo is in the comic. Alaqua Cox is genuinely deaf and minus half the lower half of her right leg, just like Maya Lopez is in the comics. You know, you guys realize most of the time for a character like that, they'll hire an actor and then, you know, they'll do special effects to make it look like a fake leg or a prosthetic. Alaqua Cox generally running around with no hearing and a real-to-life fucking prosthetic because she has no leg below the fucking knee on her right side. Like, for reals. In real IRL. So, I mean, deaf actors and actresses already... I mean, obviously, they're, you know... they've got a lot to overcome. In order to, you know, do what they have to do, because they have to do all their emoting with their hands and their face. They can't, you know, there's no crescendo and decrescendo or Loud emphasis, anything we can do normally. I mean, Marley Maitland can to some extent. There's been a few, but for the most, there's been a few actual deaf actors who can communicate effectively through, actual talking. But for the most part, they have to stick with the ASL, and, it makes it that much more difficult for them to emote. So, Mr. Griffin has entered the basement. Welcome, sir. I'm pretty sure the stairs are clean. We were just talking about Jan Echo show and how we're all like, holy crap, it was actually good. Excuse me. I was waxing poetic-ish. I'm just using that as a phrase. I wasn't waxing for shit. But I was talking about how impressive Alaqua Cox is. Obviously, Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin is fucking peak entertainment, period. But yeah, it was a damn good thing they cut it down to 5 episodes, because even that was that close to too many, and that was, well, part of that's only because they didn't really stick the landing again. But I mean, I'd give that show a solid 7 out of 10, which puts it, right up there with the, the higher mid tier. Or actually, no, it wasn't mid, it was good. So it's definitely not up there with, WandaVision and Loki, but definitely better than Falcon and Winter Soldier, better than Hawkeye, better than She-Hulk. Actually, you know what? It might be the 3rd best fucking Disney Plus show Marvel's put out, honestly. The finale was a little weak. I can't argue that. They once again, for whatever reason, cannot stick the fucking landing in the finale of a Disney Plus show. Yeah, that credit scene though. Yeah, we'll get to that, Alan. There's a yeah. Vincent kills it in his role as Wilson Fisk in the first season of Daredevil. I really enjoyed learning a bit about Fisk's backstory. Yeah. Yeah. Mayor King, yes. Yes. That's coming, baby. Probably over the course, I would imagine over the course of a couple of movies, we're going to get Devil's Reign, bro. They're going to have to, obviously, they're going to have to touch on it in Daredevil Born Again. They're going to have to touch on it in Spider-Man 4. Well, maybe not a couple movies. Maybe just between Daredevil Born Again and Spider-Man 4, but we're getting fucking Devil's Reign, baby! I'm already watching Rob's videos on it. Now, one thing I already have learned about Devil's Reign is they are not going to be able to bring in all the characters that are actually in the comic run, because there's a fair chunk of Avengers and shit in that bitch, too. And we're obviously not going to see them. Well, obviously we'll get Daredevil, I imagine, and Punisher. We'll probably get Jessica Jones. Like, there's been so much, first she's around, then she's not, then she is, then she we're going to get fucking Jessica Jones at some point. Probably in Born Again. Don't know how much, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see her. I don't know about Luke Cage or Iron Fist. What did I see? I saw one little... Speaking of Iron Fist, I saw one little doodad, I think on the TwitX the other day, saying they're actually going to recast Iron Fist with a female version. And you know what? As long as it's a more dope version than what Netflix gave us, I don't give a fuck what's between Iron Fist's legs. I don't care. Just make whoever it is fucking dope. Yeah, the Iron Fist was the absolute weakest of the Netflix Marvel shows, like by far for me. I would probably go Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Punisher, Luke Cage, but really Punisher and Luke Cage are for me at least they're pretty even. So it's like 1, 2, tie for 3, and then fucking Iron Fist. And that 8-episode Defenders, team up thing they did was kind of mid too, unfortunately. Started off strong and wow. They started off strong and ended it kind of weak. Although that was over the course of 4 shows and at least 2 seasons of Daredevil I think we got before the Defenders. I do not recall. Anybody can help me? Can anybody help me out with that? I don't think anybody else had more than 1 season in before Defenders, but I don't fucking remember. It's been so long. It's been so long. I can't remember. Isn't Colleen Iron Fist now? Well, the way they ended the show, she's an Iron Fist. Like, Danny Rand still was, and like some other dude ended up in Iron Fist too, because there was like 2 of them there at the very end. And Colleen went off on her own as an Iron Fist as well. So, if I'm recalling correctly, as of the end of the Netflix Marvel stuff, there are 3 running around. Definitely at least 2, but I'm pretty sure it's 3. Pretty sure it's 3. But, yeah, Echo was actually, other than them failing to stick the landing, and I hate having to say that and keep saying it, but they did. They failed. They failed at sticking the landing. But overall, it was a pretty good show. And yes, that post-credit scene, or end-credit scene, or whatever you want to fucking call that bitch. There is absolutely no way in fuck we are not getting Devil's Reign now. On the street side of things. I have a feeling that's going to end up being a big damn chunk of Daredevil Born Again. And, since we are now on the subject of Daredevil Born Again, it is time for the... Hi, Donna! How you doing tonight? It is now time for the actual first bit of news. And that is, as of today, I saw on the TwitX, and this was put out by, like, just about everybody now, so it's got to be real. And they are bringing Foggy and Karen back, bro. Deborah Ann Wall and, I can't remember the other guy's name, but, Foggy and Karen are officially back. They are no longer going to be killed off screen in the first episode of Daredevil Born Again. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Brooke. It never really got slow enough for me to want to check out at all. So, other than, under time constraints. But, yeah, we are getting Karen and Foggy. Deborah Ann Wall is back. The other guy's back. Foggy's back. I'm pretty damn happy. I know some people did not enjoy Karen's character. They thought she actually was a Karen in the metaphorical sense, in the meme sense. I disagree. Thanks. I like Karen Page. I love Foggy Nelson. What up, Rob? I have not yet read your text, by the way. That is great news. I'm so happy to have Foggy and Karen back. They were key parts of that show for me, the Netflix. More so Foggy, but yeah, what they were going to do is fucking dumb. Killing Karen and Foggy off screen. What the fuck? How did that idea even get, like, written down, much less actually scripted? The fuck? The fuck? But they fixed it. Hey, Mur. That's Rob's wife, everybody. That damn heart's in the way, bro. Who tried catnip videos? First time Jazz tried catnip videos? Okay. Like the dynamic between Foggy and Daredevil in season 1? Yeah. Yeah. Well, it got really intense when, Foggy found out. But yeah, so I personally find that to be extraordinarily good news. Alex's cat. But, like, catnip videos? Oh, you mean... okay. Alex fed Jazz catnip and filmed it, is what you're saying? Is that what you're getting at? By the way, has everyone that's come in here in the last few minutes hit like? I need the likes. The algorithm needs to love me. And I need you guys to make the algorithm love me. Oh my god, that must have been hilarious as shit. Is that what you sent me? On the text that I have not yet looked at? Did you send me the video? I hope you sent me the video. If that wasn't the video, send me the fucking video. Or send it to Heather. Send it to me and Heather both. We both need to see that for ourselves on our own devices. For sure. So, first couple of responses seem pretty positive about Foggy and Karen coming back. What does everybody think? Do we all agree this is good news? Because I think it's great fucking news. For the reasons I have, already mentioned, and will try not to repeat incessantly. Still don't know how the hell anyone puts up with that for me. My wife, you guys. I mean, I appreciate it. By the way, guys, chat activity helps with the algorithm, too. I don't care if you just type in hi a lot. Let's work this system. Yeah, stupid not to have the trio sign up in the first place for sure, Stanley's. Binged first episode of Ted on Peacock, first 3 episodes of Echo. I liked it. Ted is almost worth the price of Peacock. Are you talking about, the bear that, does sound like Family Guy? Peter Griffin? Yes, those are clips of your stone cat. Yes! Send them to Heather. Mr. Griffin agrees. He's glad. Also thought it was a terrible decision to kill them off screen. Yeah, I have to agree with Josh on yet another point. Marvel needs to get over this subverting expectations fucking bullshit. Like, now. Like, just stop it. Just give us the cool comic shit we want. Change for the sake of change itself generally leads to what we fucking got right now, basically. Brooke says Karen was a good character too. I liked how she did keep Daredevil in check at times during the first season. Yeah, Seth MacFarlane's Ted is a new series on Peacock. Oh my God. Yeah, no, Karen is, I think, an important part of the story. Plus, Deborah M. Wall's hot. So, I wish Rosario stayed on Daredevil too, but I'm okay with her doing Ahsoka. I mean, I'm fine with that. Wonder if she'll rejoin the View Askew universe at any point, you know? That would also be cool. Would not mind seeing her in a Kevin Smith feature again. The first episode is fucking hilarious. Nice. Nice. Alright. Well, barring any further thoughts on either Echo or the return of Foggy and Karen, anybody got any final thoughts they wish to share on that? Because if not, we are going to move on to the Star Wars. The Wars in the Stars. In the galaxy far, far away. Long time ago. Ted is not on in England yet. That's a bummer. Oh, did she? Fuck, I forgot. It's been so long since I've watched fucking any of the Clerks movies, honestly. Yeah, well. Kevin Smith could find some View Askew-y yet nerdy way to resurrect her, I'm sure. He's creative. All right. And we got a crap ton of Star Wars news this week, folks. First, we got that random fucking announcement on Twitter that, behold, there will be a movie coming to theaters entitled The Mandalorian and Grogu. Please, God, let that just be the working title. And that it will also be the absolute next movie we see in theaters. And as a side note, at the very end of that announcement, Ahsoka Season 2 got greenlit, which is good. But we really know jack squat about it at this point, so I don't really care beyond being happy that it is greenlit. But yeah, so we found out that we were getting The Mandalorian and Grogu in a cinematic feature. Okay. So what the hell was Tuesday's date? Oh, stop it. I love my cat. 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 Donna Brooks happy about the Ahsoka Season 2 news. Cool. Donna says, the marketing professor that I work with and share an office with says Disney and Warner Brothers are currently throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. To a point, that professor is not wrong. To a point, that professor is not wrong. This is definitely a throw something at the wall and pray move. For sure. A bit. That announcement coming when it did also possibly maybe a little bit had to do with the backlash from last week. I mean, that's a typical PR move. Have a fucked up week and, you know, figure out something cool to announce the next week to get people's minds off of the fucked up previous week. This is not entirely a throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks move, or seeing what sticks kind of thing, though. Not completely. Grogu is still a bankable fucking character, especially for normies. So that aspect at least has the possibility of potentially allowing this movie to fucking perform. But yeah, so we're getting a Mandalorian and Grogu movie, and it's going to be the next movie we see, at least for now. But then we got some other news. Oops. Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian and Grogu movie and Dave Filoni's crossover event film rumored to be part of a trilogy. This is from Bespin Bulletin. I did do a video on this yesterday. David already has 2 titles for the Mando film. The Tin Man and Bogey, or One Man and a Baby. Not bad. Not bad at all. So yeah, Bespin Bulletin dropped this, I believe, the day after the initial announcement of the existence of said movie. Oh, fuck off with your fucking ad. Bitch. Alright. So, he says, according to a very reliable Star Wars insider, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and Dave Filoni's untitled Mandalorian crossover event film are part of a planned trilogy. Skip that paragraph where he pimps himself. Yep. Yesterday was a big news day for Star Wars fans. As Lucasfilm, and yeah, blah, blah, blah. The film is set to be directed by Mandalorian creator Jon Favreau, and production is slated to begin later this year. I love the fact that Favreau is directing it. The main key will be KK keeping her ass in her office. Because if she lets Favreau with this shit, instead of steel, we could get Iron Man and Beskar, basically. Which is kind of what I'm hoping for. So, I'm happy Favreau's doing that motherfucker. No additional details were shared regarding The Mandalorian and Grogu, not even if it was a retooling of the planned and previously announced 4th season of The Mandalorian, which was originally planned to begin filming in late September, but was delayed into this year due to the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Deadline in their coverage of the movie announcement claimed that the 4th season of The Mandalorian is also being developed in addition to The Mandalorian and Grogu. No other outlet shared this tidbit. And my belief, my being Bespin Bulletins, is that the film is a retooling of the originally planned 4th season. News of The Mandalorian and Grogu shocked many fans. That's for fucking sure. But rumors of the 4th season morphing into a feature film started in the summer of 2023. This is true. I remember talking about them, and I remember being all in favor of them turning season 4 into a movie. And it was Making StarWars.net in July were the first to share that Disney and Lucasfilm were considering turning the 4th season into a movie, and it was an option being considered by studios, but was dependent on how greatly impacted the production of the 4th season would be due to the aforementioned strikes. In December, Jeff Snyder shared via his podcast, The Hot Mic, that he'd heard The Mandalorian Season 4 had been turned into a film, and that would be the next Star Wars movie to release in theaters. The next Star Wars movie is due to release May 22nd, 2026. Although no one is talking about the Christmas 2025 slot that technically still exists. It is still out there listed as untitled Star Wars movie. Last I knew. So, although if they're just starting it this year, there's no way in fuck they're going to make Christmas next year. It's going to have to be the May 26th one. The person that first broke The Mandalorian Season 4 becoming a movie story, Making Star Wars, shared an interesting new detail during his YouTube show yesterday. He revealed that the source that first told him of The Mandalorian Season 4 becoming a movie has now informed him that the film is part of a trilogy. The Mandalorian trilogy would consist of The Mandalorian and Grogu being directed by Favreau, the Filoni-directed Mandoverse crossover that was announced in April of last year, and an unknown, excuse me, my ear itches, and an unknown third. Making Star Wars says, my source, my original source, who first told me this Season 4 being a movie, has told me that this is going to be a trilogy. He went on to add his own sense of the situation, which is his speculation, that the third part of the possible trilogy would only become a reality if The Mandalorian and Grogu was successful at the box office. So, they really need to change the title. Brings back Thorna. Yeah, God. Yes, redo the holiday special. Make it lame. Dry chicken breast lame. What the fuck? He was wrong. I love you, dude, but what the hell? Just what the hell? I know what you're doing, but what the hell? So let's unpack this. Obviously, this is not guaranteed. It's still just rumor and also speculation. But let's do the thing we do as nerds and say, assuming it's true. So let's assume this is the case. The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to end up being technically part 1 of a trilogy. Filoni's Mandoverse movie will be part 2. And then there will be a part 3. Oh yeah, I know it's fucking South Park memes, bro. I can't tell you how much Cartman I saw on the TwitX after that fucking special came out being used by people who really had no business using it. But yeah, so let's say making Star Wars is correct. God, I can't remember his actual fucking name. I know it starts with a J. Actually, I'm not even sure about that anymore. But yeah, let's assume he's right. How do we feel about getting a Filoni and Favreau-led Star Wars trilogy? Does that tickle your funny bone? How are we feeling? A new Star Wars trilogy. Not Skywalkers. Led by Favreau and Filoni. Will they still make the trilogy if the first two tank? Well, Jason Ward, that's his name. Well, if Jason is right, no. Because, yeah, here's the exact quote, which I actually skipped because I read the whole fucking article in my video the other day. And I didn't want to do it again. He is quoted as saying, "I'm going to add a caveat, which is just my sense on it, is that it's a trilogy if the first one connects. If the first one, being The Mandalorian and Grogu, is a big film, they'll make 2 more. If the first one doesn't and makes Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny money, then they'll just do the 2 already announced and wash their hands of it." So either way, even if The Mandalorian and Grogu flops, we are still going to get our Dave movie. We're going to get our Mandoverse crossover. But we won't get a trilogy. Rob says, in all serious, it would be different in a fan-forward way. Yeah. Like, I'm all for it. Like, if, again, if KK just lets those 2 cook, shit. Both of them been able to blend fan service and freshness with you. Yes. With unique stories, yes. Like, I am down. Give me a Favreau and Filoni trilogy. Those are about the only 2 people I want making any fucking Star Wars movies anyway. Actually, I think Sam Witwer could contribute a lot to a Star Wars movie outside of acting. Freddie Prinze Jr. can fuck right off. But yeah, I will happily take a Filoni Favreau trilogy. Gimme. Gimme, gimme, gimme. I wants that shit.
I wants it. I needs it. My precious.
But that's not all, folks. But wait, there's more. And here's a potential reason why we are getting The Mandalorian and Grogu before the Rey movie. Stephen Knight reportedly yet to complete a draft for the Daisy Ridley-led Rey Skywalker Star Wars movie. Also from Bespin Bulletin. He was on fire this week, yo. Stephen Knight, the writer who took over from Damon Lindelof early last year on the untitled Rey Skywalker film, Ray Palpatine, or just Ray, fuck you, has reportedly yet to turn in a draft, according to a reliable insider. And his ask for funds, which, if y'all go check out his website, which you should, bestmanbulletin.com, the dude does good work. That one dude is here. I told you we needed more glitter. Fine, maybe we did need more glitter. Maybe we did. Anyway, though Lucasfilm have ever confirmed the Ridley-led flick... Oh, wait. I skipped a paragraph. Huh. After 2 years of development and various drafts, Damon Lindelof of Watchmen fame and Justin Britt Gibson into the Badlands. Did anyone watch that show? I loved that show. Exited the untitled Rey Skywalker movie in March 23, and Peaky Blinders creator... Well, that show's fucking badass, by the way. Stephen Knight came aboard the project and took over writing duties. The Rey Skywalker film was formally announced 1 whole month later, I'm ad-libbing a little, at Star Wars Celebration when the film's lead, Daisy Ridley, took to the stage alongside the film's director, Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. Though Lucasfilm have ever confirmed the Ridley-led flick was the next Star Wars movie to release in theaters, it was widely reported and believed that this was the case, and that movie would release on May 22nd, 2026, a release date announced last year for an untitled Star Wars film. Just in November, Daisy Ridley herself shared that she believed that the next Star Wars film to be released theatrically was the one she was leading. However, a spanner was thrown into the works yesterday when Lucasfilm announced The Mandalorian and Grogu, a feature film directed by Jon Favreau, the creator of The Mandalorian, that is set to go into production this year and is leading Lucasfilm's Star Wars theatrical slate, which includes the untitled Rey Skywalker effort. In April last year, Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm president, revealed that Stephen Knight was due to submit a draft for the Rey film by mid-May, and just a few weeks later, the industry grinded to a halt when the Writers Guild of America strike began. He wrote Writers Strike of America strike. Began on May 2nd and continued until September 27th. During this time, Knight was not permitted to continue working until the strike was resolved. This met the hopes that Lucasfilm blah, blah, blah. And naturally, everyone assumed that once the strike concluded, Knight would be hard at work on his draft once again. Many fans speculated that because the strike began 2 weeks before Knight's draft had to be turned in, that the writer only had 2 weeks left of work on his first draft. This was never reported to be the case. Holidays came and went with no update. However, during this time, Knight has spoken about putting in the hours and attempting to finish the script for his Peaky Blinders movie during the end of last year, which will film this summer and release next year. Excuse me. It seems Knight's more recent efforts have been dedicated to Blinders, the work he's been known for, and with The Mandalorian and Grogu seemingly now taking the May 2026 release window, Knight likely has more time to finish his work on a Star Wars draft. This brings us now to when reliable Star Wars insider Making Star Wars shared what he recently heard in regards to Knight's work on the Rey Skywalker movie. He revealed that, according to his sources, Knight has yet to pen his Star Wars draft, likely because of the reasons mentioned earlier, and that Lucasfilm chose Knight for the job as he was who they could get following the departure of the film's original writers, Lindelof and Britt Gibson. Jason stressed that he's been saying that Knight is off the Rey project or not. He doesn't know, but that things did not line up for the writer. Today I was told that Knight hasn't written his draft. He hasn't got to get to it. The scheduling of the stars did not align. Knight was simply the guy they picked up and who they could get in that moment, and it never lined up. I'm not saying that he is off of it. I'm not saying that he's going to write it or not going to write it. I don't know. Wow. In November, Daisy Ridley shared that she'd yet to read a script, but that she knew what the story was. This reveal came to us as Ridley was on a press tour for her film, The Marsh King's Daughter. And Ridley is currently on another press tour for her next release, Sometimes I Think About Dying, so hopefully she gets posed some Star Wars questions and can give us an update on the status of her movie. Well, Jared, what's a happening? Hey, did I tell Justin happy? Fuck no. I might have to text him when this shit's done. Or when I go get my next drink, which will be soon. And Steve Knight busy writing the Blinders movie? Yes, he is. Just watched a trailer for a fan film called Star Wars The Gray. It looks pretty freaking good. Really? On the YouTubes? Cool. And there's the Whopper song. So what do y'all think? Starting to look less like a please let a Mandalorian movie work so we can, like, you know, attempt to get some popularity back. And it's more of, holy crap, did the writer's strike fuck us? Knight doesn't even have a script. Favreau already had season 4 written, so let's fuck around with the Mandalorian. Basically is what it pretty much what it's looking like it boils down to. Matt Cave Gaming, what is going on, brother? How you doing, Matt? We are talking some Star Wars. Talking the fact, or the rumored, first the rumors that we might get a Filoni and Favreau-led trilogy consisting of the newly announced Mandalorian and Grogu movie, Filoni's Mandoverse crossover, and then an as yet unconceived and untitled third flick. And I, for one and all, am all for it. As long as Kathy stays the hell out of it, lets Favreau and Filoni cook, I will take that trilogy all day. Get to fucking work. But now we just went over yet another article that Best Bin Bulletin released talking about the fact that Stephen Knight, the currently hired writer for the Rey movie, has yet to even turn in any kind of script. It was originally thought that he had been working on it right up until the strike, but it turns out that he had not, and since the strike's been over, he's been working on his Peaky Blinders movie and has yet to even touch the Rey film. Which appears to be another reason for them rushing out the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Because that's literally the closest thing they can convert into a movie. It's the only thing with anything fully written. Favreau said he had the, yeah, like the stream or else I'll find you. Yeah. And he will. He'll be in your walls before you fucking know it. Yeah, Favreau's got season 4 written. Yeah. So, and it's not like Star Wars is, you know, it's not like Lucasfilm hasn't screwed around. Of course, mostly they've done the opposite. They've turned a movie into a show. It's going to be, it's animated, sick. It's going to be interesting to see how they do condensing a series down to a movie. But yeah, how about that? They don't even have a fucking script for that Rey movie yet. Is that not wild? Is that not wild, folks? What do you guys think about that? Yeah, probably true. You probably are in the walls already. You probably are that one dude. What do you guys think, though? Like, the only... Did Kathy bring anyone else out movie-wise for Celebration? Like, did she bring Mangold out? Or Filoni? Or was it just Daisy and Charmine? Because that would be hilarious as fuck, at least to me, if those are the only two she brought out, and that was supposed to be her signature film, and the film we were supposed to get next, and now they don't even have a fucking script. Like, what the hell are they doing over there, bro? And Jason, they're making Star Wars. This guy is even intimating that, like, they just grabbed Knight because he was there. And it's not, at this point, it's not even guaranteed that they're going to keep him since he hasn't turned the fucking thing in anyway. David says, I know there are some huge Star Wars fans on this channel, but did any of you hear Disney are never going to tell us who Grogu's parents are? And they told us already it's not Yoda. I had not heard that. But I don't really care. I don't care who Grogu's parents are. I mean, I look at it this way. It was George's intention never to tell us shit about Yoda's race. So, other than the fact that we now know there's at least one more, is good enough for me. I'm cool with it. Brooke says, I think I did hear some rumors that the villain of the Rey film could be someone with combined Night Sister magic, Sith Force powers, Jesus fuck, from a recent Star Wars Sith podcast, I believe. Oh, well, he's a good channel. The one with Darth Malgus? Explains all the moving and shaking. Fuck yeah, it does. They're not supposed to reveal Yoda's origin, so Grogu would fall under that as well. Exactly. Matt's also good with keeping the mystery about Grogu. Yeah, I mean, that's the way George wanted it. He wanted Yoda's species to be a complete fucking mystery, other than the fact that, you know, they're short, green, have big ears, and are pretty much fucking badass Force users. So, and I'm cool with that. Guess what, folks? We're not done yet, though. We're not done yet. There's one more article. I don't care about that one. All right. There's one more article to go over, but before we get to that, Din is Grogu's dad, the dad he chose. Anything else is an irrelevant anecdote. You know what? I like that sentiment, Stanley's. I like that. I'm down with that. That's an awesome thought, bro. I like it. All right. We've hit that time, folks. Chillin' needs a refill. I'll be back in a couple. Please don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. Just hang out. I won't be long, I promise. I swear. I'll be back shortly. Don't leave. Please don't leave. Please don't leave. I'm back. What's been going on, folks? Brooke always liked that Yoda's origins are a mystery. Yeah, he's going to come up with all sorts of fun theories. Yes. Beverage time. Yes, it is. What you sipping on, man? Brooke says, hopefully Yoda's origins being shrouded mystery remains the case. Yes. And the heart is in the way of Mr. Griffin's chat. Damn it. All right. So we have one more bit of Star Wars news, and surprise, surprise, it's related to The Mandalorian and Grogu. Star Wars The Mandalorian Season 4 rumored to have 6 episodes. The Mandalorian and Grogu film acts as the season finale. What? So first we're getting a movie. Then because of the earlier rumors, we thought we were getting a movie and no season, although Deadline reported that we still would get a season, but they were the only ones that did. Until now. Oh, there it is. Twisted if you got it. Yeah, that's they'll be happening right after stream, Mr. Griffin. Why don't I go back and watch tonight's UFC Fight Night? Or at least the finishes. David says, agree to disagree. The Stanleys I've been involved fostering for over 10 years. Believe me, it does matter who you're paying. Yeah. Let me say this. I think, so far as it comes to Grogu, Stanley says a very valid point. But David, you are definitely 100% correct when it comes to us humans here on the Earth. So, that's how I'm going to see it. Josh thinks he's a fucking phenomenal fence rider. How about that shit, folks? You'd think I got splinters in my ass off of that one. All right. And again, this is from Bespin Bulletin, because homie was on fire this week. Oh, whoops. God damn it. Fuck off. Okay. Just a few days ago, Lucasfilm officially announced a new Star Wars movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. This announcement left fans wondering if the film would exist alongside the already announced fourth season of The Mandalorian, which has yet to be shot, or would it be in place of the fourth season? Now, a reliable Star Wars insider has shared an interesting rumor he's heard regarding that. Following the announcement of The Mandalorian and Grogu on Monday, okay, it was Monday, and the confusion around if it would be developed alongside the fourth season of The Mandalorian or replace it, Deadline claimed that the fourth season was still in development alongside the newly announced feature film, but there's been no update from the trades or Lucasfilm despite fans hoping for some clarity on the matter. The fourth season of The Mandalorian was already written by the time of the release of The Mandalorian Season 3, according to the series creator Jon Favreau. The fourth season was due to begin filming at the tail end of September 2023, but was indefinitely delayed due to the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, which ran into the fall. Bespin Bulletin, had heard in November, report in December, that the fourth season was gearing up for a February 2024 start. Mere days before the Mandalorian and Grogu announcement, 2 separate sources reached out to tell me that the situation had changed and filming was no longer planned for February. One told me a new window for filming, but the other didn't know. I told my fellow Star Wars reporter and insider making Star Wars what I had heard in hopes of maybe one of us finding some clarity, as he too heard of the February start a little after I had. Unfortunately, the endeavor wasn't fruitful, and then suddenly The Mandalorian and Grogu was announced. As I mentioned, I've heard of a window, but I'm still looking into the information and seeking more confirmation, so at least for now, I won't be sharing what I've heard. Well, I mean, that's nice of them going to get some confirmation for us first. However, it did make me wonder if the time frame I had heard is still for the Season 4 of The Mandalorian and not the recently announced film, as it's earlier than when I expect The Mandalorian and Grogu to film, which I assume would be in the fall, And this brings us to today's news. Making Star Wars was answering questions from viewers on his YouTube show when he shared what he's heard regarding the fourth season of The Mandalorian and the Mandalorian and Grogu film both being in development. He shared that one source told him what they had heard, and he took it to another, which he said sounds really possible. Making Star Wars added that he's still not entirely convinced that a fourth season of The Mandalorian is still happening to The Mandalorian and Grogu, but stressed that he did not know, but added there's a lot of signs that they are, though. Before sharing what he had heard, he stressed to his viewers that the information should be taken as a rumor, despite it coming from a source Making Star Wars considers to be very good. He also encouraged viewers not to misquote him, something that frequently happens to both Making Star Wars and myself by TwitX users and other online mediums such as Reddit. Malice, get off my cords. Come here. I love my kitty. Making Star Wars shared that one source had heard that the fourth season of The Mandalorian would not consist of 8 episodes, a departure of the episode count of previous seasons, and that instead the season would consist of 6 episodes. The reason for this is because The Mandalorian and Grogu would replace episodes 7 and 8. The final 2 episodes of the season had simply morphed into a feature film. One of the concepts that have come out of this, count this as a rumor for now, is that the plan was to do 6 episodes of Mando Season 4 and to take the finale, what would have been the finale, the big 2-parter from the end of that, and that's being developed into the film. Personally, I don't dislike the idea. I was hoping the film, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's his own feelings on the subject. Justin, happy birthday, mine! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, my man Justin. Happy birthday to you. So, how about them apples? So let us recap all of this Mandalorian stuff and then see what we can do with it. All right? So, Monday, random ass fucking TwitX drop from the Star Wars official account. The Mandalorian and Grogu are heading to the big screen, blah, 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 and we get Ahsoka Season 2. Then, Bespin Bulletin starts dropping articles. First, we get the Mandalorian and Grogu movie and Filoni's crossover event rumored to be part of a trilogy. So if Mandalorian and Grogu does well, they'll start development on a 3rd movie to cap off the Mandalorian and Grogu. Filoni's Mando crossover movie, that will be part 2. And then they will develop and create part 3. I like it. Give me a Favreau and Filoni-led trilogy. I'm all about it. I'm here for it. I want it. I need it. So that was the next bombshell. For more in-depth details, please see the video I released on this subject yesterday. And also like and subscribe. And then we find out that Stephen Knight has yet to even turn in his first draft for the Rey movie. They have nothing. He's been writing his Peaky Blinders movie. You think maybe that had a little something to do with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie being announced? Especially when you consider that, as was intimated in the most recent article, Favreau had the entire 4th season written before season 3 of The Mandalorian even released. So yeah, they Stephen Knight's put them in a little bit of a pickle. He's got them scrambling. I still can't. Not even a first draft, folks. Not even a first draft. That's mind blowing because he had like 6 weeks before the strike even started to get going on that shit, and he didn't even start his Peaky Blinders movie till after the strike. So there's that. And then I don't care about Game of Thrones, guys. They wanted to do a Dawn of the Jedi movie and got told to fuck off, and now Mangold gets it. Who cares? And then this latest bit of news is that we are going to get The Mandalorian Season 4. But my babe is so nice. Mrs. Chillin'. Yeah, we are going to get The Mandalorian Season 4, but instead of the usual 8 episodes, we are only going to get 6. And those last 2 are going to be morphed into the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Now, my original thought when the Mandalorian and Grogu movie was first announced was that we would get that, and then we would get Season 4 of The Mandalorian between Ahsoka Season 2 and the Filoni flick. That was my initial thought. I mean, obviously, that's pure speculation. I had jack shit to base it on, but that, it seemed to make sense. However, if this latest rumor is the actual case, we're getting both, and it's all basically going to be the same. It's all going to be the same story. We'll just get 6 episodes, and then instead of a 2-episode finale, which we have to wait, which we'll get in subsequent weeks like usual probably, we're going to get a cinematic feature to cap off Season 4. I'm not sure. I don't know if this is good or bad. It's weird. I can tell you that. It's fucking weird. Well, I guess it's going to take some serious timing. Like they're good. That movie's going to have to drop after episode 6 drops. Like it's going to have to go episode 1, week by week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the next week when we should have got episode 7, that's when that fucking movie's got to premiere. So let's say that they are aiming for that May 2026 slot for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And let's also say that this most recent rumor is true and that we're going to get 6 episodes of The Mandalorian Season 4 with the movie acting as the finale. So if the movie's coming out May 26th, that means we will get Season 4 of The Mandalorian, mid-April 2026? He's probably just going to be doing the voice again, honestly, David, because he's got Last of Us Season 2 to film this year, Fantastic Four to film this year. He did drop out of that one horror movie. I don't know when Gladiators 2 is going to start filming, but he's got that. So I'm thinking it's going to be those same 2 stunt guys that were, it's going to be just like Season 3. It's going to be the stunt guys in the suit, and then, he'll do voiceover when he has time between being Reed Richards and whatever his fucking character name is on The Last of Us. And or whatever his character name is in Gladiator 2. That's the way I see it. Yeah, I think it's still going to be Pedro's voice and the other 2 dudes trading off inside the armor. Joel. Okay, yeah, that guy. It'll be Joel in the Beskar, and it'll be Pedro doing voiceover. Probably. More than likely. I'd be shocked if Pedro actually does any filming, honestly. And none of y'all motherfuckers have said anything about the newest edition of my setup here, which has been staring you in the face this whole time. Nothing yet, babe. Yep. So yeah, if this is the case, we're looking at Mando Season 4 premiering in April of 2026. And the season will be completed after 6 episodes on May 22nd, 2026, with the premiere of The Mandalorian and Grogu cinematic feature. Which I really hope they fucking change the name of. Because, like, their record with projects named after who the primary character is allegedly supposed to be is not going very well for them. So they really need to change the fucking name of that movie. I mean, hell, they could just literally just call it The Mandalorian, since it could be the fucking season finale anyway, right? What do you guys think, though? What do you think about the possibility that we're going to get 6 episodes and then the movie for the finale, basically? Yep. That's the one. Matt. That's not fair. Yeah, well. Deal with it. Yep, you nailed it, Matt. You guys ready for the story behind that? It's, in case you're wondering, it's this right here. This is the newest edition of my setup. The Infinity Gauntlet flipping y'all off. You like that, David? Cool. But yeah, so here's the story behind that, right? So one of my wife's coworkers had ordered some, my wife works at U of M Health. So, you know, essentially she works in a big-ass doctor's office, right? So one of her coworkers had ordered it, that works with kids, had ordered some, you know, some Marvel stickers off Amazon, right? And it literally said Marvel stickers for children. So she goes through the stickers, and they're all good. Except that one. In the middle of all the nice kid-friendly Marvel stickers was this. So they're like, yeah, we'll go ahead and remove this from the collection. And of course, my wife, being the awesome wife that she is like, you know what? I'll take that home to my husband. He will appreciate that. Damn right I will. Brooke, you were trying to remember if you'd seen that sticker before? You hadn't. But yeah, that came in a pack of what was supposed to be Marvel children stickers. And except for just that one, I really need to get better at that. Except for this one right here, it all was kid stickers. I don't know what it is. Companies just feel like they always got to try and, you know, fucking be slick and just try and slide some shit in there, don't they? I mean, I appreciate it. I got a fun little sticker to put on my tower. A little customization, as it were. So that's wild. We're getting a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. It may be a standalone. It may be technically a season finale. We may be getting a Mando season 4. It might be the movie. We might be getting 6 episodes of it with a movie finale. What the hell? I mean, is that not just like a whole crazy string of like news/rumor this week, though. Like, we get an announcement of a movie, The Mandalorian and Grogu. We get told it's going to be the next movie we see in theaters, and not the Rey movie, as has been the case since April of last year in Celebration. But, of course, if we go back to that Stephen Knight story, that kind of makes sense as to why we're getting The Mandalorian and Grogu first. I mean, the motherfucker hasn't turned in even a rough draft of a script. Not a rough draft, not a first draft, nothing. He's been writing his fucking Peaky Blinders movie. Not that I blame him. Peaky Blinders is the shit. Get it done. But... and then on top of all that, it might not just be a movie, it might not be a standalone movie. It might be a season finale. What? What? I don't know. I love the idea of a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. I think, especially with the fact that Favreau's directing it. Like, again, if Kathleen finally pulls her head out of her fucking ass and lets those two cook, Filoni and Favreau, ladies and gentlemen, we could get Iron Man and Beskar with that fucking movie. We could. And that would be fucking sick. Rey movie almost feels like it won't happen. I know, man. Well, Stanley's, I will say this. It has long been noised about that The Mandalorian is going to be filming in England, along with something else. I can't remember what. But, yeah, it's supposed to be filming in England, and the volume be in Cali. So, I hope hopefully they stick with that. At least for the most part. Or am I thinking of Marvel shit? Pretty sure it's Star Wars shit. But yeah, they definitely need to go much lighter on the volume. I totally agree with that shit. Be interesting to be a fly on that wall when those two are storyboarding things out. Fuck yeah. Well, John, like I said, and like it's been reported, and like I said, Favreau had season 4 written before season 3 even hit our screens. Which is, again, if it's true that they don't have any kind of a fucking script for the Rey movie, it makes a lot of sense why they would go with a Mandalorian and Grogu movie, because they could either A, take the whole fucking season down to a movie and, squish and cut out all the, every last bit of excess and even some that might not be that excess and make a movie out of it. Or B, this most latest rumor, give us 6 episodes and then John and Dale will just change episode 7 and 8 into a movie. So, I mean, either way you cut it, it's fucking nuts what's happening right now. And I mean, my only real concern, even despite the fact that Favreau basically had season 4 ready to go, is the fact that they're not going to be filming it till later, some point in time this year. Which will, the later they go, the less time they'll have to, have it all nice, like good, before that May release date. So, we'll see. We shall see. But yeah, that's where are you guys at with all this shit? That's all the news. I haven't been on the TwitX much today. I was working all day. I had my regular job this morning. I door dashed all fucking afternoon and the early part of the evening. So If anything happened today, I probably fucking missed it. Not going to lie. What do you guys think, though? Would you prefer just the movie? Would you prefer 6 episodes and then essentially a finale movie? You know, do you think they'll actually have the time to do it up right? Will Kathy stay the hell out of it and let him cook? Many questions. What do you guys think? Hey, Travis, what are you doing? Brooks says, I actually like the idea of 6 episodes in a finale movie as long as Kathy stays out of having a finale movie could end the season strong. Yes. Well, she just needs to stay out of everything, period, but yes. All right, Travis, since you're Matt just doesn't want him to rush it. Yeah, I know. I mean, that was half the problem with the fucking sequels. Like, they didn't take their time and, actually lay out the entire fucking story first. They're just like, we have Star Wars, we need movies. And then we got what we fucking got. Griffin also likes the 6 episodes and movie finale. Thinks the show's earned that. Okay. Rob says, I'd prefer a movie that concludes Mando's story. How that happens within the structure is what I'm thinking about. I think... Well, a couple things on that. If the series is finishing forever, then it's the best way to do it, David says. Well, see, here's the thing. Favreau has been quoted a few times as saying he's got a shit ton of Mando story. So I think I don't think we're going to get any kind of conclusion of the Mando story either in this movie or in the Filoniverse movie, possibly depending on, well, first of all, A, if the trilogy rumor is true, and B, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie performs well enough for them to want to turn it into a trilogy. That third movie in the trilogy might be where we get the conclusion to Mando's story. I mean, it could happen in the crossover movie. It could. I also think it has a better shot of concluding in that trilogy movie if they get it. Because I feel like, depending on how much time happens, or how much time there is, I should say, how much time happens, Jesus Christ, how much time there is between the Filoniverse movie and the potential third movie in the trilogy, they probably would crank out at least a Mando season 5 between the two, I would imagine, as well. So, I mean, that's just pure speculation on my part, but I think I'm starting to get a handle on how this shit can go. So, I don't think I'm just talking out my ass here. Travis says, there was a time where movies were made a lot during TV shows, X-Files, Fight the Future, Transformers, 86. Yeah. When done well, it can step back from the main story and expand the characters. Well, see, here's the thing. If it's... In this case, it's not just a movie during a TV show. It would literally be episodes 7 and 8, which generally is a 2-part season finale when it's a show. They would just take those two and make them the movie. So it'd be the first acts 1 and 2 basically would be the first 6 episodes, and act 3, episodes 7 and 8 will now be just the movie. So it won't be a step back from the main story. It'll be the conclusion of that season's main story. The movie will. 6 episodes in a movie is a lot to keep track of for normies, Justin says, but it's their best option. Yeah, but on the other hand, I mean, people who are into The Mandalorian are already planning on watching a season anyway. So I don't think it'd be too much of a stretch to get them to watch 6 episodes and then go to the theater. Brooke remembers Favreau saying something about that. Yep. Travis says, there's a large percentage of Star Wars fans who probably haven't seen an episode of Mando. A film should progress the story for fans, but familiarize saga fans with the story and characters. I'm going to have to disagree a little bit. I think more Star Wars fans have watched The Mandalorian than not, especially when it comes to the casual / normies, and that is because of Baby Yoda, who I will call Grogu, but who the normies and the public at large still mostly calls Baby Yoda. That little fucker was a cultural phenomenon and could be again with, the right prodding by Lucasfilm. So I think Mandalorian has a much larger reach than you are giving it credit for, Travis. Stanley says the Mando movies are possibly being made to introduce Mando and Company to non-Disney Plus viewers in preparation for Filoni's Thrawn movie. I mean, that's probably a little bit of that, too. A little bit of that, but I don't really think you're going to get a lot of new people into that movie, unless they're dragged there by their friends. I think the people that are going to go see that movie are, it's going to be the usual crowd. It's going to be the people that watch the show because Baby Grogu's cute. That's going to be your big chunk of normies. You'll get those of us who just, are just hope beyond hope that we're going to walk out of the theater happy for fucking once. There'll be the toxic positives that just love everything with the Star Wars name slapped on it. There will be the contingent of hate watchers who, are still going to spend the money to go in the theater while claiming they pirated it, but they spent the fucking money. And they'll go watch that shit. So I don't know that getting a lot of new people. I mean, obviously Disney always wants to get new people. I just don't know that they're going to get that many new people off the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Now, if that movie slaps, that should get people more interested in Ahsoka, as she is now a large part of this crossover thing, and interested in Filoni's movie when it comes out. So Mr. Griffin says, I'm sure we'll start seeing more of those Rangers of the New Republic scripts making their way back into Mando. I hope not, because that was a reasonable chunk of the reason Season 3 sucks so goddamn bad is because they just crammed that shit right in the middle of it for no good reason. Other than for, I don't know, just, we don't want to waste the material. It had no part in that fucking, you never should have put it in there. Travis says, one thing they'd benefit from is releasing the past 3 seasons along with Book of Boba Fett on regular cable for free or on YouTube temporarily. I mean, they could. Yeah, I don't know. Travis says, I don't think it's necessary that people haven't seen Mandalorian, more so that the confusing release order of Book of Boba Mando may have caused people to drop out, like with the... Yeah, well, also the fact that Book of Boba Fett was mid as fuck, and Mando Season 3 was mid as fuck. But I still think my breakdown of the crowd that will attend that movie is pretty accurate. You'll get your toxic positives, you'll get your haters, you'll get those of us who refuse to completely give up hope and are going to go see it praying to God that it's awesome. And then you'll get all the normies just there bringing their kid.
Mommy, Daddy, I want to go see Baby Grogu.
And then there'll be that crowd. The Baby Grogu families. Pretty sure that's what you're going to get for in that crowd of the movie. For that movie, specifically. Yeah, I don't think the normies are going to really care, and the people that have already been watching it, whether they like how it was done or not, already know what's going on. Whether they watch it because they like it or watch it so they can, shit on it on their own channels or what have you. Yeah. But overall, I'm fucking excited. Like, I really hope the trilogy thing is true, which means, obviously I want the Mandalorian and Grogu movie to slap, but I also want it to, like, kick ass at the box office in case that trilogy rumor is true, because I want a Favreau and Filoni trilogy. I think that's the only trilogy that they could do that even has a remote chance of being, like, truly successful. Travis says, it'd be great if at the start of it, Mando loses his helmet and has to exist amongst new characters without it, which would add some new depth not present in the show. You come up with the coolest ideas, Travis, and I always feel like I have to shit on them. Like, I don't want to, but here's the deal with that. It's a great idea. It's also not going to fucking happen. Here's why. Pedro has got Last of Us 2 to film this year, Fantastic Four to film this year, and possibly, I'm not 100 on this one, Gladiator 2 to start filming this year. So, I don't see any way he's in the, it's going to be like season 3 all over again still. We're going to get Pedro's voice, and we're going to get his stunt doubles in the Beskar doing all the camera work. Pedro, a busy motherfucker. That is a cool story idea. Don't get me wrong. That is a really cool story idea. It's just probably not going to happen because of Pedro's schedule. So, sorry, bruh. Sorry, bruh. Anybody have any other thoughts on anything we've talked about or anything at all? We might end up with a shorter stream because I've got nothing else, man. Travis says, there's that scene in Season 3 where Mando is chasing the super battle droid through a city street fighting him, and I was waiting for the helmet to fly off in the open, which would have been great. Yeah. Well, same reason, the same set of circumstances. Pedro was off doing Last of Us, so he only did voiceover for Season 3, and it was the stunt double, so. And really, Favreau never really wants his helmet to come off. Hardly ever. Like, it came off the one time in front of an android and the other time in front of Grogu, which probably would be the only living creature he would have done that for in the first place. So, that's part of the reason why Pascal's only doing the voice work now and doing all this other acting is because he doesn't want to be under the helmet all the goddamn time. And Favreau's like, that's your goddamn religion. You're a child of the fucking watch. That helmet does not come off. Brooks says, oh yeah, I wonder if the Darksaber will be reconstructed since it got destroyed in Mando Season 3. Still kind of let down by that, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. God damn it. Excuse me a second. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? There we go. I gotta mute this. Better. All right. Yeah, I don't know how they're going to handle that. I hope it gets reconstructed. It's going to have to be reconstructed from scratch, including the black crystal that they used. They're going to have to find another one somewhere on Mandalore because after that hilt got crushed, it got caught in that big-ass fireball, I think. Or did they pick the hilt up and take it with them? Does anyone actually remember? Did it get melted in the fireball, or did they pick up the pieces and take them with them? If anyone can help me out on that, please do, because I do not remember. Shit. Sorry, guys. I only just now realized I never turned the fucking music back down when I got back. Travis says, one thing I liked was each time it came off, it was for a different reason. True. But it never came off by accident or his own negligence. Also true. Diving into his anger towards droids would add depth. Or giving into his anger towards droids would add depth. Yeah. Rob says, when it comes to Favreau's story, I'm more interested in Bo-Katan than Mando and Grogu, though. I mean, yes. For a wide variety of reasons. Travis Mitchell said, Gideon picks it up and crushes it. Yes, but what happened to it after that? Like, he crushes it and then drops it and it's scrap. But did it get melted in the fireball? Or was it within Grogu's sphere of protection and did they take the bits with them? That's what I cannot recall. I remember when Gideon squishes it, clearly. I just don't know what happened to it after he squished it and dropped it. David says the amount of crap he got for taking it off last time, he would just have to go get some water again, repeating same storyline. True. That is very, very true. Well, if he took it off in front of a living being. In season 1, he was fine taking it off in front of, what was that, IG-11? He was fine taking it off in front of IG-11 because IG-11 is a non-biological. So, but yeah, you're right. If he takes it off in front of a biological again, he's got to go go back to Mandalore, go for another fucking swim, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, fuck that shit. I will say though, I don't see any way we do not get more Bo-Katan in season 4 and or the movie. I feel like now when I thought it was just going to be supposedly it was lost in the fire. Okay, thanks, Rob. Mr. Griffin says after season 3, Mandalore would probably be more interesting than what Mando and Grogu are getting up to. I do agree with that. All the fun, internal activities going on there. Oh, we should do this. No, we should do this. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that'd be hoot. Brooks says, actually, I don't think it showed what happened to the Darksaber afterwards. I feel like the finale did seem a bit rushed and jumped. Yeah, that. Again, Disney Plus not being able to stick the fucking landing. All right. Travis Mitchell, the saber is lost and isn't shown again. But I'm sure someone will unwrap it from a cloth in season 4. I mean, valid, bro. Oh, no, I picked that up on the way out. You didn't see that happen? Yeah, that definitely would not surprise me, Travis. That's a good fucking call right there, bro. Brooke says, Bo-Katan probably should have her own show, to be honest. I mean, at some point, yeah. At some point, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind. I'm a fan of the character. I'm a fan of the actress. I think she does damn good work. I've seen her act in other things. I think she's a really good actress, and of course, she's fucking hot. I don't know if y'all remember the whole 2% thing, but I am definitely a proud 2%er when it comes to Katie Sackhoff. So... But yeah, I think we're gonna see Mandalore, not just Bo-Katan. I think we're gonna see Mandalorians in season 4 / the movie or what have you. When I first thought it was just the movie, like when they announced the movie, my initial thought was that, hey, the rumors are true and from last year, and this is just going to be instead of season 4. So my first thought was he's going to be having trouble with, I don't know, bounty hunters or pirates initially, but it's going to turn out that the people that are fucking with him or that he's having to deal with are actually working for the Shadow Council. And that it is entirely possible at the very end of the movie / season I think in order to tie shit in, like at the very end, I don't know if it'll be in a post-credit scene like Marvel does, but I think at the very end of the Mandalorian Grogu movie / season 4, they will tie it in with Thrawn. Like, somehow they will end up by Dathomir and see the Chimera and be like, oh, motherfucker. I think that's good. I think that's how it's going to go. I don't know. Obviously, that's just pure speculation on my part. But I think that's how they should do it, honestly. If they want to start really tying this shit in together. Like I said, it could be, bounty hunters or pirates or whatever that, Din gets hired to deal with. But, the farther he goes along and deal with them, the more he ends up realizing / finding out that, they're just pawns of a bigger, more evil power. That's how I do it anyway. Bo-Katan should have her own show. Yeah, I don't think they should include her too much in future Mando shows or a movie. Give the spotlight back to Din. Oh! They can totally give Din the spotlight back and still have Bo-Katan in there. Easily. They just got to write it right. Talented Miss Griffin says the trailer for Season 4 will probably have the armor rebuilding it. The Darksaber. Yeah. I mean, that'd be something. You know what? Not a half bad idea, actually, Mr. Griffin. We just got to figure... Saber Smith! Wow, we're talking Star Wars, bruh. Did I leave it up in headlines? Yep. Okay. I mean, I would actually be down for that. I just would... Well, no, the crystal had to come from Mandalore in the first... Well, it didn't have to, but... Does anybody know if the crystal for that, when Tar Vizsla built it, came from Mandalore? Anybody know? I do not know this. Travis says Wolverine magically has an adamantium bullet in Logan from the gun Stryker shot him with in X-Men Origins, even though it took the memory, and we see him clearly run away without picking it up. So, yep. I mean, you always got to allow for a little bit of Hollywood magic. Always. There's always going to be an aspect of don't think about it too much. But yeah, we're talking about some Star Wars, Sabersmith. Here, I'll TLDR. I'll TLDR to the night for you. You ready? As far as Marvel goes, Echo was actually a pleasant surprise and nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. Solid 7 out of 10 and probably easily the top 3 or 4 Marvel Disney Plus shows that have come out ever. We also got news about Daredevil Born Again that we are, in fact, going to get Karen and Foggy Nelson back. Back to basics, teaching the kid to bounty hunt. Kid's going to get more armored. That'd be cool. I'd be down with that. Get that out of the way early and then go start fucking around with pirates, bounty hunters, and maybe the Shadow Council. That'd be dope. But where was I? Oh, yeah. We're getting Karen and Foggy back in Daredevil. They are no longer going to be killed off screen in the first season. Fucking A. Obviously, we all know that we're getting a Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Rumors are that if the Mandalorian and Grogu movie does well, the Filoniverse movie or the Mandoverse movie will be parts 1 and 2 of a trilogy, along with an as yet unnamed third movie. That's one rumor. It also turns out that one of the reasons we might be getting the Mandalorian and Grogu movie next, as opposed to the Rey movie, which we've all thought since April of last year in Star Wars Celebration, is the one we're getting next. But it turns out that allegedly Stephen Knight, the new writer of the Rey movie, has not even turned in any kind of script. Not a rough draft, not a first draft, nothing. He's been working on his Peaky Blinders movie. So that's definitely got to play into the fact that we're getting the Mandalorian and Grogu movie next. And then to top it all off, it is possible that instead of replacing the entirety of Season 4, the Mandalorian and Grogu movie will only be the finale. We will get 6 episodes of The Mandalorian Season 4, and then instead of episodes 7 and 8 as a 2-part TV finale, we will get them in one movie in the theater. So, yeah, that's the TLDR, Saber. Echo is pretty good. Peep that end credits. Yeah, I know, right? Dude, Devil's Reign is fucking coming, bro. It's going to be sick. I imagine that's probably going to be a big part of the new reworked Daredevil Born Again show. And I imagine it's also going to be part of Spider-Man 4. Now, I know Spider-Man 4 is also going to do some multiversal shit too, but they can do both. They can finish off Devil's Reign and set up stuff for Secret Wars 2. Travis Mitchell says you'd have Carson Teva hear his suspicions about something going on in the Outer Reaches to be valid, banding with Mando and others to go take on Thrawn, rescuing Ahsoka and crew. I don't think we're going to get Ahsoka rescued until the crossover movie, honestly. Or at least Season 2. And then probably not till the end of Season 2, so she's back just in time for the Filoniverse, or for the Mandoverse movie. Skeleton Crew may have something to do with that, because that one's rumored to be in the Peridia, the galaxy that Peridia is in. Sabersmith says, I like it. Stays true to the comics. Yeah. Well, for the most part, they're not going to. They're in no way in hell going to be able to have all the characters that were in Devil's Reign in like Daredevil and or the Spider-Man 4 movie. Like there was a fuck ton of Avengers and shit in that comic run too. We're not getting them. No, sir. But I mean, we'll have Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher, probably Jessica Jones. Echo probably. Well, I don't know if she'll pop up. She may pop up. But yeah, we'll have Daredevil, we'll have Jessica Jones, we'll have the Punisher, Spider-Man. I saw a little rumor earlier that they're going to be bringing back Iron Fist, but a female Iron Fist, which is fine because the way Netflix did Danny Rand was crap. So give me, I don't care if Iron Fist is like trans, just make whoever or just make them badass. They just need to be better than the Netflix Iron Fist. Travis says, I mentioned it once, but I think having Shin Hati encounter the Skeleton Crew kids, having to reluctantly help them in joining the crew could be a neat direction. Make her like Nebula in the MCU. Yeah. Well, with the way they left her in Ahsoka, I mean, she's gonna take over that little tribe of raiders. The question is she gonna go after Ahsoka and Sabine, or is she gonna go after Balin? That's the question. Saber says, way off topic, but what if Season 2 was fantastic? Liked it better than Season 1. I agree. What if Season 2 was fucking dope? Mr. Griffin says, not a bad idea. Yeah. I mean, that is definitely a good idea. Like, what? Have you put an application in over there yet, Travis? Like, fuck, bro. Either that or just start writing fanfics and find someone to put them on the YouTubes for you. You know? Do something like that, because the shit you come up with is fucking dope. The problem is we're not going to see most of it from Lucasfilm because, well, they're stupid. And, they're stupid. So, yeah, man, find someone to collaborate with that you can give stories to that they can turn into visual cool shit for us to all watch on the YouTubes. You get that awkward moment where Skeleton Crew has to get the Ahsoka characters off the planet. Sabine and Ahsoka realizing Shin helped. That would definitely make for some awesomely tense character moments for sure. You're very good at developing the character moments in tension. I'm noticing this. That's kind of been your focus in all these scenarios. You're a very character oriented person, and I dig that. For sure. Anything else, folks? Because if not, I'm going to go get stoned off my ass and watch some fights. Anything? Bueller. That was for you, Justin, if you're still in here. Bueller. Okay. Oh, hold on. Travis says a critic tells you what can't happen or what shouldn't happen. A creative person figures out how to make it happen. Yes. Sabersmith, it would be cool to have Din meet Ezra. It would, and I can totally see that happening in the in Filoni's crossover movie for sure. They could even finagle that to happen in the season 4/movie/season 4/movie. Says not much from my end, to be honest. Going to finish the Plagueis novel soon. Dude, you're going to love that. Rob, why did your letter change? Rob, why did your our color change? Get my smoke on? Yeah. A teacher said that to me once. Well, you had your teacher was wise. Twisted if you got it. Oh, I do have it, and it's going to get twisted. Waiting for an epic Curvy's adventure movie. Right. Critics people are always remembered till the end of time. Critics are usually not remembered for very long. You know what, Brooke? That is true. That is very, very true. I'm on my work computer and my phone. Oh, okay. Night or good morning. Yeah, for you it's fucking... What, 4 in the morning almost now? Depends on where I'm sitting. Yeah, I got you. Alrighty then, folks. I hope you all had a good time talking a little bit of Marvel news and all this fucking Star Wars shit. Holy crap. Travis Mitchell says, given Thrawn's age, revealing he played a role in the Mandalorian War or the destruction of Mandalore using their culture against him would be dark. Yep, 4 a.m. Well... if I'm recalling my timelines correctly, Travis, Ezra had purgled him and Thrawn out of the galaxy before the Night of 1,000 Tears. So I don't think that would work in continuity. But Thrawn could definitely have played a part in definitely could have Sabersmith. Sorry, Soul. Dude, you showed up. That's all I fucking care about, bro. Yeah, I don't know if they could work that in continuity. I mean, it would be fucking cool though, trust me. And Thrawn, one of Thrawn's modus operandi is definitely using the culture, people's culture against them. We literally saw that in Rebels, so yeah. All right, y'all. Time to go bye-bye. Thank you for being here, whether you were active in the chat or just lurking, or if you're catching this on the replay and made it all the way fucking through. Thank you. If you didn't hit like on your way in, hit it on your way out, please and thanks. Also, if you are watching this on the replay, go ahead and drop some comments. Let me know what you think of all this craziness we talked about tonight. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit subscribe and the notification bell so you know every time I go live, which is every Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, and whenever I drop a video, which I do freely admit I don't have a regular schedule for. You know, when it's busy news, you get multiple videos. When it's slow, you get, a video maybe in a week. So, but yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for participating in the conversation. I had an awesome time with you guys. And, yeah. We will see you guys soon. The way things are going, I should have some video fodder. If not, I will... By the way, I am still looking for suggestions. I did a couple videos based off y'all's suggestions. I would love more. I mean, I can come up with my own shit. But, I would also love to talk about the exact thing you want me to talk about, too. So, if you want to find that old post and drop a new comment in there, just find something. Pick anything. I don't give a fuck. Just drop a comment and be like, hey, bro, remember how you were asking for shit? Please do a video on this. I'll fucking do it. So, yeah. let me know stuff on that. Maybe come back into this on, just let it replay for a couple minutes. Drop another couple comments on it for the engagement for me. And hope you have a good rest of your weekend. And always remember, there is always a good time to be had when you are here with me, chilling in the basement. Love y'all. Yeah, baby. Lots of fun news. Lots of fun nerdy talk tonight. Hope you guys thought so too. Ideas for a new Stargate crew. Ooh, okay. Like SG-1, Atlantis. The new, let's just go with the new SG-1 team. How about that? How's that sound, David? I think I can come up with something for you. I don't know if it'll be this week, but I will definitely come up with something for sure. Ooh, that might be fun. Okay. I might have to actually, if you don't mind, I might do a little mixing of show characters too. Like I might pluck. I may have to pluck because I think I already come up with an awesome idea. Or the beginnings of an awesome idea, I should say. Or at least what I think is the beginnings of an awesome idea. Anyway. But regardless, thank you guys again so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it more than I could ever describe. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being active members of the community. Being part of the chill. Just, like, subscribe. I know pretty much all of you are already subscribed. I know that. That are live in the chat here now. But anybody else, please like and subscribe. And, feel free to clip this, clip stuff. If I actually have a moment that you're like, holy shit, this dude, feel free to clip that shit and share it. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been lazy. I haven't clipped my own shit and made videos out of it. And I'm a slack ass, so I get it. But, feel free to clip and share shit, y'all, too. If you like my video, just share it out. If there's something I said in a stream, clip it out, share it out. But yeah, my gratitude for you guys and your participation in my little channel is unlimited and unwavering. You guys are the best. Have a great rest of your weekend. And we will see you soon.